chat. Welcome. Welcome. This is always a weird, like, what do you call it? This is always a weird waiting period, waiting section, something like that, because it's like you start, at least I go live without really telling anybody, so nobody's like waiting for this. And then I always wonder, should I just start talking? Should I wait for somebody to join and then start talking? Does it matter? This is the other thing I question. No, never mind. I actually know the answer. Never mind. Here I am, chilling in my office, which feels so good to just be like, oh yeah, I'm chilling in my office. I'm not doing, like, I haven't had an office before, and now I have an office. I feel really cool. I went to get a PCT test, and I was so cold. I thought, I'm gonna go get a PCT test, and then I'm gonna go to the center, and I'm gonna walk around, I'm gonna get myself coffee or wine or whatever. And by the time I had my results, I was so cold that I was like, my hands hurt so bad that I literally just kind of shook my way back to the car and sat down and just had to like sit there just accepting the pain I was in. Oh my gosh, it was brutal. And after that I was like, screw that, I'm going back home to my warm house with floor heating. I've gotten so soft and weak. And it's literally like, I just took off my scarf because I was wearing it for the last, what time is it? 2 hours, because I was so cold. Finally, I'm like warmed up, so I feel good. I have nothing in particular to talk about, and I'm very skeptical of these live streams anyways, because I just, it's the same conversation that went on in my head when I very first started YouTube, which was like, I just can't believe anybody would watch me. Should have grabbed a coffee at Cesta. They have heaters. See, I wasn't even thinking straight. But she looks so good. I know! I'm kidding. I really did want to go to the center though, because I was like, ooh, I feel like I look good and I'm dressed up, and it feels like a waste to just sit at home. So that's why I'm making this live stream, hoping to get some use out of all the time I spent. It honestly wasn't that long. I've become very efficient at getting ready. So back to what I was saying is that when I started making videos, I just really thought, I can't imagine anybody would want to watch me. Like, don't people get bored of that? And then, I watched some like daily vloggers at the time, and I thought, this is boring. Like, who would watch 25 to like 45-minute video of you walking down your hallway to go make yourself a cup of tea next to your bowl of cereal, and then walk to the car and just like narrate yourself doing it? Seemed so boring to me, and they had millions of followers. And I was like, okay, if you can make that boring videos, to me, clearly they're not boring to everyone else, but if you can make videos that are that boring and get millions of followers, there has to be somebody who will watch me. And that's how I feel about making live videos. I feel like making live videos is like, who is going to watch this? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, I just assume people are like, I don't have time for this. It's like the ASMR videos. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Somebody told me I should make ASMR videos. I don't feel like I have a good voice for that. This is like the most ASMR I could possibly have. That's what I imagine an ASMR video would be like. I do appreciate those sort of things, but I feel like a lot of ASMR stuff is like gaggy, cringy. There's a fine line between good ASMR and like gross, making me want to vomit ASMR. Good morning from Calgary. Good morning. Buenos dias. Dobro jutro. That's good morning. I'm trying to think of all the ways I know how to say good morning. So yeah, but somebody on my Instagram sent me a message and said you should do another live video like you used to do in the evenings and stuff. And I was like, God, I can't believe anybody would miss that. But I am so excited. How do you know I speak Spanish? I didn't, but the Lord provides. I used to speak Spanish pretty well. And then when I came to Slovenia and had to learn how to speak Slovene, it's like Spanish just went out the door. So gone. I would, gosh, it's like it just gets confused up in my head with Slovene now. So anyways, if you're here and if you enjoy my live videos, please like this and tell me in the comments, because this is great for me. It doesn't, it's so much easier than making a video. Practicing Croatian as well as some Spanish. That's impressive. But yeah, like I'm very frustrated right now because life has been super crazy. So I have videos that I just need to edit and upload. But it's like I have content and I have just not been able to. And the problem is, like, I could start working on this right now. However, you're taking my phone right now and I can't like import my data. Hi. Yeah, I'm like stuck on this. Like I can't. Anyways, the point is, if people like live videos, I'm like happy to do live videos while until I get to a place where I can actually edit the videos and upload them like a normal human being who does YouTube. I'm really, if I'm honest with you, I'm really like stressed out about my channel just dying, being reabsorbed into the universe. Because I haven't paid any attention to it, or I haven't given it enough care and attention. And I'm always really like moved and touched whenever I come back out of the ethers. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I know I haven't been here for you. I really want to be here now. And then some other crazy thing happens. Greetings from Maribor. And it's like, man, I really want to be a part of this community and leave all the other social media platforms in the dust. It's just, so part of me is like, yeah, let me just do a live video every day instead of spending any time on Instagram. But I have like, I don't know, 4,000 people on Instagram who watch my stories, so. But are they gonna come to YouTube? And that's the other thing, is like, so far we've been going for 9 minutes and I don't know how much attention people have. Like, do you watch live streams for more than an hour? I feel that's like the general live stream. A live stream will go for an hour and a half, something like 2 hours. What if I did a live stream that was like the whole day? That would be awkward. Like, the idea of that is like, I don't want you to see that much of my life. This is a funny thing about being on social media, is that people think because they see you regularly that they know a lot about your life. Tutto bene. The hair is good. Kind regards. Thank you, Milos. Yeah, speaking of hair, I don't know how many of you followed me for that long, but you may have remembered my hair was real short. Like, it got super, super short. And I got a text message from my brother. Okay. My hair used to be really, really short, and it is just now to the point where I'm like, I will never cut it shorter than this. It was a good experience, and I realized it is not good for me. The problem that I had, I went with like if you don't know, if you didn't see it, it was like an Audrey Hepburn pixie, you know, like the bottom of it was completely short. It wasn't like a bob, it was more of a pixie cut. And I styled it in various different ways. Here's the problem the main problem I had with that whole hairstyle is that my hair, though it may not seem like it, is Team Julia, is very, like my hair is really thick and coarse. And so when it's short, it literally just stands out. And it's impossible to get it to lie down. Like I wanted to make it some really cute, what's it called? Finger waves. I wanted to do like finger waves and have this like 1920s look to me. It was impossible. I would get out of the shower, I would comb my hair down flat, and I'd put a beanie over my head to try to make my hair lie down. And if I took that off before it was dry, it would just literally fluff up. And as soon as I tried to style it, it just fluffed up. And it's just like clearly not the hairstyle for me. Besides, I think whenever my hair is like shorter than my jawline, I feel like my face gets 3 times wider. So this is a good hairstyle for me, or length. I'm just wondering now about the bangs. I'm really tempted to trim and give myself some bangs, but the last like 2 or 3 times I've done that, I've regretted it so strongly. So the other thing I've started doing, or that I can do that I did before, is like this fake bangs where you basically, it's very pinup style, right? Where you kind of make this curl in the front like that. And that kind of makes you look like you have, it gives you the effect, right? I used to have like Betty Page bangs that went like this. And I'm really tempted to try it to see if those make a comeback. The thing is, they are so time consuming because my hair has like a natural part right here. So naturally when they're like this short, they just go this way, and every day you have to really like style them. So it's a serious time investment. I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that. That's the update on my hair that nobody asked for. Somebody asked about Christmas. Christmas decorations. So traditionally in Slovenia, you don't decorate for Christmas until December 24th. It's very different from the traditions I had growing up, which growing up, we always decorate. We went out, so Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, and we would go out the weekend after Thanksgiving and get a Christmas tree. Like usually Saturday, we'd go get a Christmas tree. And then we decorate it, you know, the end of November, maybe if we were late, it was the first week of December. And you have like Christmas decorations all December long, and then usually you get rid of them before New Year's. However, here you decorate everything on Christmas Eve, and it stays up until middle to end of January, something like that. So that's what we're doing this year. We have a tree. Is Italian common in Slovenia? It is on the border of Slovenia and Italy. Most people actually, I'm gonna take you to see our tree since somebody asked. Most people people who are closer to Italy are you gonna be more likely to speak Italian and Slovenian. People, otherwise a lot of people will speak German. German's pretty common. Okay. There's our Christmas tree. Talking about making content, I made a video about this the fact that it's flippin' huge. I don't think you realize how big it is from this view. There's the, close this, powder room. This doesn't make very nice. It's really, look, it's taller than me even with my arm up. Let me just, since I'm here, let me just, you know, these are like the views of me that you'll never get on social media, like on any video, because it's not interesting content. Hang on, I'm just gonna put down the blinds. Okay. I know nobody asked for it, but I'm really enjoying our house. It's very nice. And back upstairs. So yesterday was a house cleaning day, and by the end of the day I had done, I think it said like 24 flights of stairs in the day. I felt pretty good about that. Back up to my office. The office still needs help. The main thing my office needs right now is what is it called? Sound insulation, like noise insulation, whatever you call it. It needs like the sound, the noise. Sound here is really bad. Like I need to get a carpet or a rug. I need to get sound insulation for overhead and this wall area, which will help a lot. Those are some things that I really need to do. I really want to do. Just like stuff like that, like little loose ends like that. Whoa. You know, it's like you think like, oh yeah, I just need a few things here and there to make it better. And then before you know it, it's like 600 euros just went poof. So trying to like, what would you call? Trying to plan those things out. To use the office for recording, of course. Just for making videos, and like those of you who know that when it was 2018, I think it was even 2017. It was the end of the year, 2017. I told Luka, we should start a podcast. Podcasts are gonna get really big, I know it. It's something that we should be doing. I think we're interesting enough that people would listen to us. And we made a recording here and there and haven't stuck to it. And it's not like life's been, you know, it's not like we have had an easy several years. So it's been kind of rough, and now we have like a place. Now life is still, I mean, when is it not going to be hard? Quite honestly. Luka is, you know, he and his dad own a company. And I've just like gotten to a point where I go, this is never not going to be crazy. It's never not going to be stressed. Like owning a company, being a business owner is always stressful. There's always a crisis. It's never like, wow, you know what? Things are going really well and like we have no problems. We're making tons of money. All of our projects are working seamlessly. Like every employee is totally fulfilled and happy. Like that's just never going to be the reality of a business owner. So, so that is what it is, but I feel like we're getting closer to being at a point where we can, 3 kids eases the stress. Yes and no. The thing with having children is that it makes life more difficult at times and then like vastly more beautiful. Having kids is like someone once phrased it, children repay you or reward you with their being and allowing you to live through their eyes, through their experiences, which is so true, because the longer you're an adult, the more you forget childhood and what it's like to experience things for the first time the way a child does. The way a child just marvels at something new to them that you have become completely blind to because it's so normal for you. And getting to see that through somebody you love more than life itself is infinitely rewarding. Like, there is no comparison to the reward versus the difficulty in my mind. Like, the reward that my children bring to my life, the value, the joy, the happiness, the fulfillment, that cannot even be compared to the difficulty. Like, and I don't know that it would be as beautiful if it wasn't so difficult. Like, maybe those things wouldn't, the contrast helps make them, the contrast helps make it more beautiful, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody said, absolutely, I really enjoy seeing Christmas snow through my students' eyes. First year teacher, yay! Yeah, I think people should talk more about how much they love their kids. Like, it's so easy in parenting to complain about how difficult it is, and if you follow me on Instagram, I do a fair bit of complaining. Many marriages split, and then it can be a nightmare. Not everybody, but it is common in North America. Yeah, it's becoming more common all over the world, unfortunately. I do think that's an individual, well, that is a very long conversation, probably not for this. You know, I'm not sure people want to hear my thoughts and opinions. That'll be for a podcast, if we ever get a podcast going. I'm really feeling like I need to put my hair up. This was another reason why I thought I would do so well with short hair, because whenever I'm doing something, I really don't like my hair being in my way. Does that look good? Do you believe in 50-50 women's rights? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you mean like parental responsibility, then yes. Luke and I, use my Apple Pencil. Luke and I have a very shared responsibility when it comes to our parenting style. Like right now, he has all 3 kids, and I have my free day. Today's my day off, so I don't know where that's going. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to tell you that's interesting. This feels like one of my Marco Polos where I'm like talking to somebody, telling them like what's new with my life right now, but it's YouTube and I don't know what else to tell you. I'll just tell you some things coming up for 2021, I guess. So I use a planner, a passion planner. I've used them now 1, 2, 3, and now I have my 4th here. I really like them. I think what I like the most about passion planners is that they help you assess your future, help you reflect on your past. And I think one of the things I love the most about them is that they split your personal life and your work life. So it's like you have your personal to-do list, your work to-do list, The way it's set up is really great to use. The only thing I don't use is like the timetables, you know, like I don't write my daily schedule in or what I have going on in the timetable slots because I have a shared calendar with Luka, so it just seems redundant to write it down for my own sake. But otherwise it's super helpful. And so I'm almost done with this one for the year. This was a daily, they have like a weekly and a daily version. So this was a daily version. And I wasn't aware of this until I got it, but it's only good for 1 quarter. Great. So the problem is though, I mean, the problem with me really is that I tend to get distracted, and when it gets super stressful in life, I just completely neglect my planner, which is stupid because it actually really helps me make sense of my thoughts. It helps me from, you know, if I kind of collect my thoughts first thing in the morning and then again before going to bed and kind of assess the day and how did it go, or the next day I start my morning by like looking on what happened the previous day and then what am I going to do for this day. That really helps me not spin out of control mentally. And so anyways, I've been by no means perfect, but hopefully 2022 is going to be better. I'm definitely feeling better. Half Slovene, half British, live in London with a holiday home near Bled. Oh, fancy. Have you found mixing in with the locals? Are you feeling you are now part of the furniture in Slovenia? Okay, Mark. I will never be part of the furniture in Slovenia. I will never fit in. And I've come to accept this. It's not by choice. It is just like, I will always be that American. And I don't think there's anything I can do to change that. My experience here in Slovenia has been such that I'm always going to be the different one. Maybe if I got to a point where my Slovene was good enough that locals could not tell I was not Slovenian. I've been here for 10 years and it's like in some things that were very different when I first came here have become familiar or normal, and then some things have just become even more crazy. I don't know how to describe it. I think the longer I'm here, the more I kind of miss my own culture because certain cultural things here have not become normal, and I'm just accepting that they never will become normal. I'm trying to think of what, like a concrete example I could give. I think like hanging out and hospitality. I know people have said that it's different in the city versus in like villages far outside of the city. So I live in Ljubljana. I don't live in the center, but I live in Ljubljana, and it feels very formal to invite somebody over, and I'm still super unaware of the nuances of that. Somebody says like, oh, I'll just stop by, I have something to drop off for you. And I'm like, in my mind, in my American cultural upbringing, that's like, oh, they're just gonna stop by. And then like you stand there and chat for a bit and then they go, okay, well, I'm gonna go. And you go, okay, thanks, bye. And here it's like, no, you're supposed to like invite them in and ask them if they wanna have a drink and then ask them to sit down. And it's like, why wouldn't they just say like, hey, I've got more time, I'll hang out? Like that, those things like that, I've just decided is never going to be something I'm comfortable with or used to or know what the nuances of that are. And that's hard for me because growing up, that's how it was, is like, oh, somebody stopped by, they didn't even call, there was no such thing as texting. They just stop by. It's like, oh hey, like why don't you stay for dinner? And then it'd be like, sure, I can stay for dinner. And it was that mellow and chill. Or it was like, oh sorry, no I can't, I gotta go do this thing. And it wasn't like you were pressured to death. This is another thing here that I'm just like, I'll never get used to that. It'll always bother me. Is just like when somebody offers you more food and you go, no thanks, and then they offer it to you like they're beating you over the head with it. So anyways, those are some things I don't think I'll ever get used to. And I know I've offended a lot of Slovenes unintentionally, and not even in my videos. I know my videos have pissed people off, but like just things I've done or said that were, I had, you know, in my mind, I was like, had no idea could even possibly be offensive, has been offensive to people. And Slovenes are very passive aggressive, so they won't actually tell you that that's offensive. They'll just go like key your car afterwards or put a nail through your tire. It's another thing that I literally can't stand about. Like I'll never culturally be cool with that. I mean, I know there's like great things and terrible things to every culture. That is just one that pisses me off so bad. It's like the passive aggressiveness that people just can't be like, oh, sorry, could you just move your car because I can't do this. It's like they won't say anything to you. They'll wait till you leave and then they'll like pull off your windshield wipers. Like or they won't like confront the situation. They'll all just like brood about it behind your back. It's like, that to me drives me absolutely crazy. I'm sure I know better. I'm well aware of that, but yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna fit in. I think, I don't think I'm trying not to. I think that I'm trying to do my best in a way that I meet people on a human level, on an individual level, and I try to be true to who I am and myself. And also I realize like I am living in your country. I came here willingly. Like you didn't drag me here. I'm here of my own free will. There's a lot of things about living in Slovenia that I'm very grateful for. Still don't fit in. Yeah. Sometimes you just feel like you don't fit in anywhere. And I'm like kind of on that side too, where I'm like, I don't really feel like I fit in here, but now when I go back home to America, I don't really feel like I fit in there either. So it's a weird place to be in, where you just feel like you get along with everybody and you fit in nowhere. So it's like the song says, home is wherever I am with you. That's kind of how I feel at this stage in my life anyways. Good question though. I appreciate the question. Yeah, I'm just always going to be the American because there's not enough. Like if I were a different, no. I think because Slovenia is it's not a very diverse country in a sense. I guess it's diverse in the sense of like there's all different sorts of Balkan people here, but not like in most of the circles, I'm the only American I know in most circles. Solution, live in America. No, wait, what? Live in Slovenia, go visit family and friends in the US as often as you can. Travel's amazing. Yes, we were traveling at least once a year to go see my family, which was great. My family's in California though, and more and more and more I am thinking I would never move back to California. If I moved back to the States, unless California goes in a radical revolution. I just can't imagine moving back to California. It is in such poor state. That stuff bothers you is very old-fashioned. It's most like old people behave like that and annoys me as a young Slovene. We are diverse in terms of being the most Germanized Slavs. You know, that's true in a sense that like Slovenia is much more Austrian German than Balkan. Hi from the UK. Lep pozdrav. What's whirling? I don't know. Whirring? Do you hear that? I don't know. There's a very faint noise coming from the... Oh, what's wrong with California? Everything. Besides the weather. California is not... It's a fast sinking ship. I really don't know how they're gonna survive. Like there's the governance of California has been atrocious, to my estimate. So we'll see. We'll see. There's been a mass exodus from California. A lot of people have left in the last year, maybe 2 years. So could do a bit of cooking. Gosh, I've been doing so much cooking lately. I'm like burnt out. No pun intended. Fires are constant in California, pretty much. They were this last year. Okay. I really don't feel like I have anything interesting else to say. You can ask questions if you're really curious about something. I don't know, but otherwise I'm like, this is just, I imagine people are really bored at this point. Again, I'm just like, I just can't believe people would be interested. I'll show you the last thing I got from Miklauj, which is St. Nicholas, that I still have left over. This is, okay, I've been like this ever since I was a kid. If I got something, I never ate it all at once. Like I would just eat like little by little, make it last as long as possible. Oh my gosh, just smelling this makes me so happy. These are Kettle chips. Salt and vinegar. Where are they from? Lidl, I think. I've never ever found salt and vinegar chips in Slovenia until this year in Lidl. Thank you, Lidl. Big shout out. Salt and vinegar chips are one of those things that are like 50-50. Either you love them or you hate them. They're so good though. They're like so strong in flavor. So I'm savoring this. The only thing it makes me hella thirsty. Yeah, I am not a fan of the salt and pepper. No. It's like, it's just, I'd rather have sour, for me, chips, either tortilla chips, they're like cheese tortilla chips, like Doritos. Oh, Doritos. Or it's sour cream and onion, or it's this, like nothing else. I do not like barbecue chips, barbecue flavored chips. I don't like any weird flavored chips. It's like Doritos, anything but barbecue, sour cream and onion, or salt and vinegar. Or tortilla chips with salsa. I have no idea about coastal towns like Koper. As far as like cultural whatevers, I know that they're nice to visit. But honestly, like Slovenian coast, Koper is a really nice little place to visit. Piran is really nice to visit. But I don't think that they're as beautiful as Slovenian mountains and lakes. Like, I keep saying this, but in my mind, Bohinj is like the most beautiful place on earth. It's so gorgeous. Like, it is so beautiful. I never understand why people would go to Slovenian coast instead of Bohinj, because I just don't think it can compare. Now, I lived very close to the coast. I saw the ocean every day for years in California. So I really enjoy seeing the ocean. Very different. The seaside here, completely different from the ocean in California. But I really enjoy seeing it. I just think it's like enjoying nature. Bohemia is like so underrated by Slovenes. Some Slovenes know what's up. Some of them do. Mariah, se že pripravljate na praznike? I don't know. Ne vem. I don't know what else to prepare. We're gonna prepare probably Christmas Eve is when we'll like fully decorate things. Then again, I don't really have many decorations. This is the first time I've ever had space for decorations. So we'll see. I keep saying like I'm gonna go because I have nothing else interesting to say. I have plans today. What time is it? 6:17. I had plans today that I would finish my dress. I started making a dress. Okay, I have to tell you, I am so proud of this dress. Like, so proud of this dress. I tried it on and I was blown away at how beautiful it was. It was like levels more amazing than I thought it would be. It's so beautiful. All I need to do is hem it. That is the only thing left to do, and I just haven't done it in however many weeks. And I really want to hem it and then go do like, take some photos in it because it's so gorgeous. I could still do that. There's time. It shouldn't, I thought I heard somebody. It shouldn't take that long, so maybe I'll go do that. Slovene lesson, somebody said something. Recently moved from the UK to Slovenia. You've made some good videos and I appreciate it. Positive Possum, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people have told me that their videos really helped them or that they were looking up information about moving to Slovenia, living in Slovenia, and they found my videos. So I never intended to make like helpful videos for people, but I am so glad that they have been helpful. It's like a really nice byproduct of making what I hoped was interesting content. If you need a fashion photographer one day, hit me up. Okay, I will not be able to hit you up, but you can email me. I'm like, I won't be able to find you. I don't know if you have ever tried to find someone's contact through their YouTube channel or message them through YouTube and then finding messages, like where is messages on YouTube? It is almost impossible to find. I don't even bother. Like my email is linked in the description of all my videos on YouTube, so it's there if you want it. I did a search for hot women in Croatia and you popped up. Well, that's funny because I am not in Croatia. But I am stoked that that's what came up. Like, where did that come up on? Like, whose article? Did somebody write an article? That makes me suspicious. I'm like, no, I'm going to look. Although my search engine is biased by algorithms, obviously. I could go into okay, Raven photo. Why don't you find me on Instagram and send me a message? I know that sounds really like snobbish, but I just have like Dory level short-term memory loss. I'll try to remember, but there are no promises. Okay, let me go into search mode. Wait, how do I do this? Incognito, that's what I want to do. Where do I find that? Where do I find incognito mode? Somebody tell me. Ah, okay, phew. I thought I canceled y'all out. Why can I not find like view? Like checking. Oh, maybe that's it. No. Why? Why? Okay. Let's just search. Jeez. Top 10 twists. The 10 most beautiful Slovenian women. I just typed in Slovenia because I'm obviously not there. Tina Maze, for sure. Nope, I'm not on the list. Which I'm glad, because I'm not Slovenian. Alright, Croatia. Maybe if I search by images. Nope. I've never even really spent time in Croatia. Well, Brioni, but Hvar, actually, also Hvar. Anyways. Okay, that was a total waste of my time. Why did I do that? I think because I just don't believe you. That's what it is. Is there a trait of Slovenian people that you prefer to people back in the USA? Yeah, honesty. I appreciate that Slovenes are brutally honest and they don't realize they're being brutal. They're just very straightforward, very blunt, and like absolutely shameless about it. And I think that's a really good thing. And I think Americans feel really bad about criticizing or making people feel bad, at least face to face. Like, I don't know about online, but I really like that about living here. It's just most people are very honest. It's like my favorite thing about Luka. It's just, I shared this on Instagram, made me laugh so hard. We had Thanksgiving, and I made a pumpkin pie, which is a traditional Thanksgiving dessert. I have not had a taste of pumpkin pie in over 10 years because I haven't been home for Thanksgiving in over 10 years, which is just crazy to think about. And so I made a pumpkin pie. I've never made one before in my life. I made it entirely from scratch. I had to make the pumpkin like spice mix blend. I had to make the evaporated milk. I had to make the pie crust. I had to do everything. Okay. I made it. I was so nervous it wasn't going to turn out good. I had to make the pumpkin puree. I like got the pumpkin. I made it. I put it in the oven. I made it puree. Okay. Vanilla ice cream. I didn't have vanilla ice cream. I made whipped cream. Homemade whipped cream. It's delicious. The pie turned out so good and so perfect. And I tasted it and I literally took my breath away. I was amazed at how delicious it was. And I think I've never really been a fan of pumpkin pie. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I was never like a fan. I always liked the pecan pies or the apple pies way better. But I think because I haven't been home so long, and it is just the flavor of nostalgia. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the most beautiful, like delicious pumpkin pie I've ever tasted in my life. And I asked Luka, what do you think of it? And he says, it's the least favorite dessert I've ever put in my mouth. And I laughed so hard. And I was like, this is why I love you. Because I know that no matter what, you will tell me how you feel. I appreciate that so much. Like, I adore that. I don't care. I don't care how much it may or may not hurt my feelings. I'm willing to experience the pain if it's the truth and the honesty. Like, I value that more than anything else. So I I wasn't nearly upset. I just wanted to share the moment with somebody who felt as nostalgic as I did. So I didn't get that, but I was seriously happy that it turned out so well. And the secret family recipe, my mom said, she goes, I never made pumpkin pie out of pumpkin. I always made it out of sweet potatoes, which makes a lot of sense and I think would be really, really delicious. But Luka just hates pumpkin. Have you ever been to Krško or Pišete? No. Maybe I have been to Krško. It sounds familiar. I don't know. Probably not. I have not been in a lot of places, and those of you who have, if anybody has been following me for a while, then you'll know I planned like 3 years ago to do Mariah tour Slovenia, and I had a Google form where you could go and like sign up and like request me to come wherever you are, either you're just come for a visit or come to your business or come to your school or wherever. Just come to your city, come to your town, your village, I don't care. It's just like, I'm gonna travel around like every week. I planned that every weekend I was gonna go to a new place in Slovenia. And then I had a baby and then there was Corona. So I haven't been able to do that yet, but it's still like in the back of my head something I really want to do. So whenever I do that, I'll get to tour around Slovenia because there's a lot of Slovenia that I haven't been to yet and I haven't got to experience yet. So hopefully that is one of those things that still happens. Somebody actually recently told me that they filled that out when I first published it. And I was like, I haven't forgotten. Although I'm sure some of the people who filled it out have forgotten by now, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to finish this dress. The problem is I have to like put the dress on in order to find out where to hem it. And it just sounds like so much effort right now. Like get undressed, get dressed, get undressed, get dressed, get undressed, get dressed. And I know that's like insanely lazy. But if you like live videos, if you've made it this far, please tell me. Do you enjoy the live video format? That's one. Two, how long do you enjoy live videos to be? Like, we're going now almost an hour, which is crazy. I don't feel like I've been talking for an hour, but I do in some ways. I feel like you can't do a live video for like 10 minutes. It just doesn't work. Is there a preferable live video duration? That's one. The other thing is what time of day? Like evenings are better, but honestly, I'm like it's like 6:30 now. I don't necessarily always want to do a video from like 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. or maybe 8 to 9. Like, I don't feel I'll make quality content that hour, if I'm honest. I don't think I would. Who knows? Anyways, please let me know if you watched this, if you got to this point, what you think about those questions. I would appreciate it. Thank you otherwise for tuning in. I really appreciated it. I'm trying to figure out how to stop this video. I've only been on YouTube for like 5 years now. It's not like I should know any of this.